Hey guys, Shawn here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please take the time to hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. I asked you guys over on my Instagram, which is at SHYLEENSHAWN, just like here, if you guys had any questions for me because I had gotten a couple of shout outs and an influx of followers. Thank you so much to anybody who shouts me out. That is so nice. You don't have to do that. But yeah, I knew some people had questions for me. Some people who were already following me had questions for me that they wanted to ask, and some people just wanted this video to not be really short. So thank you for all of them. I appreciate all the questions, and that is what this video is going to be. I was going to do a get ready with me / Q&A, but I figured too many of you guys didn't care about the get ready with me part, so I just did that beforehand. All of my makeup details will be linked down below just in case anybody cares to know what's on my face right now. But yeah, you guys left me questions on my Instagram story. Thank God for that new feature that allows people to ask you questions. And you guys asked me on one of my Instagram posts, and I'm just gonna go through those and start answering them. So that sounds like something you're interested in. Do I have a video for you? So the first question I got is, do you allocate specific inventory for specific platforms, or do you have /want all your inventory cross-listed? So if you're new here, I do cross-list onto 3 different platforms. Well, I guess onto 2. I list everything on Poshmark, and then it goes to Mercari, and then it goes to eBay. Everything is everywhere. Not as of right now. Like my older items, I really never took the time to cross-list. But pretty much everything I listed from the middle of November to now is on all 3 platforms. I have some high-end items on Tradesy, but it's not like I hold out different things, different categories, different brands for different platforms. Next question is, would you get into reselling shoes? I do resell shoes. I just don't find them cheap enough, trendy enough, or, you know, just in good enough condition for me to be buying them and flipping them. I feel like a lot of shoes at the thrift store are beat the fuck up, and more often than not am I wasting time going through the shoe section. So very rarely do I buy shoes, and then when I have been buying them, I've been creating like a stockpile because then I don't want to list them. So I have a pair of Ionic flats, a pair of Clark's flats, and a pair of Bandolino loafers right now that I need listed, and they're just in a heap over there in the corner. The next question is, what mascara do you use? Sorry, I've stumbled over that 3 times. You guys are seeing the final take. Your lashes are always the cute / perfect Betty Boop lashes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Since I just did my makeup, I have it right here. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. It's like at most $10. I got mine from Rite Aid. I think it was like $8. I was wearing Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara for a while, which is around the $22 mark, and this is just as good, if not better. So I just don't see the point of spending $22 on mascara anymore. This shit's great though. Affordable makeup, amazing. Next question is your sourcing method. I really don't have a sourcing method. I try to keep each item under $5. That is definitely the goal. Once it gets over $5, we just get into risky territory, and those aren't waters I'm trying to murk around in. But under $5, I definitely have sections I hit every time I go, and they're usually sections I really like listing and selling. So dresses, blazers, skirts, I definitely always hit those 3 now because I really like listing them. I like selling them. I like showing you guys them. I get excited about them. So those are my 3 sections. If I have extra time, or if those areas were sparse or something like that, then I'll go in the men's section, or I'll look at ties, or, you know, I might go down the jeans and pants section and just look at items that are, you know, that color tag of the day. But if the shit don't excite me, if I know it's gonna sit over there and I'm not gonna list it, I'm leaving that shit at the thrift store. I don't care if it's gonna make me money. because I know myself and I know I'm not going to take the time to list a lot of things because I just don't care. Like, so I buy shit I like. I buy the dresses, I buy the skirts, I buy the blazers because they get listed because I love them. Hopefully that fucking made sense. Next question is mistakes you made in the past as a reseller, and I think the biggest mistake is buying things just because they're cheap. Of course, somebody out there wants to buy that item. Somebody out there will pay you for that item, but at the end of the day, what's that price gonna be? And how long is it gonna take them to find the item? So I always think about that. Even if I can get something for 50 cents, if it takes me 4 months to sell it and I sell it for $20, I don't know if that was really worth it because I'm not trying to have items in my inventory for 4 months. That's not really the goal. My average turnaround time is usually anywhere from like 5 to 7 weeks right now, and you know, that's like the 2 month range. I'm not trying to have shit over there for months and months and months. So I have some stuff in my closet that's been in my closet for months and months and months, and I really need to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. Next question is, what is your least favorite task about reselling? Shipping, sourcing, photos, editing, listing, etc. I wouldn't say I have a least favorite task. Well, I guess it would be my least favorite task because that's the question you're asking. I keep thinking of it as more of like, what are things I don't like to do? And I don't mind doing any of it, but I think my least favorite is actually photographing and listing. I don't mind cross-listing. I don't mind sourcing. I don't mind doing any of that, especially shipping. I really don't mind shipping or going to the post office, none of that. But as far as the actual photographing and listing process, it takes me a while to get motivated to do it. And I'll get there to where I'm better about it. I've only been full-time since May, so I'm still like getting into a groove about the whole, about the whole working from home full-time type of thing. I haven't been doing this for even a year yet full-time, but I'm definitely getting into a groove with it. But my least favorite task is photographing and listing, since that's the question and I'm rambling. What's your favorite way to comfort yourself if you're having a bad mental day? I've been getting really good about realizing when I'm having a real bad mental day. Before, it was kind of like I realized it when it was over and the day was done, but I'm starting to catch the early signs of, okay, bitch, today is just not your day. Maybe you need to sit the fuck back. And I think when I realize that I'm having a bad mental day, I just soak that shit in and I just give myself time to like detox and like calm down, because usually it's anxiety. It's a lot of built up anxiety, a lot of pent up frustration, mood swings, all different types of things, dealing with, my mental illness and dealing with the fact that I have PCOS and my hormones are already off balance. Sometimes it's a lot. Girly, we're getting through the shit one day at a time though, bitch, because that's the only thing we can do. But usually when I notice I'm having a bad mental day, because that's the question. A bitch is rambling today, I'm sorry. I give myself time to detox. I'll usually take a shower, do a face mask, sit down, smoke, and watch anime, and that honestly puts me in the greatest mood, and that's what I do. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I know everybody doesn't smoke, and it's like a big conversation, smoking when you have mental illness and all of that. But it honestly really helps me. My brain is 1,000 miles a minute at all times, and it really just kind of calms me down. So if you don't want to smoke and feel all of that, I know a lot of people use CBD oil, which can relieve a lot of anxiety and stress. So that's an option. I guess it just really depends. I mean, you can do what I try to do. I smoke and detox and just watch anime and kind of just chill out and zone out for a couple of hours, and it calms me down. It puts me back at like a level playing field, and it really lets me recoup and get my day back, because that's kind of what I need. I don't need to be having a bad mental day and just shut down and just spend the rest of the day shut down. I need to realize the signs, figure out what I can do to change that, and then get back in the day. Because sometimes losing days to depression, it's not fun. So I mean, I think the best thing is to find a way to where you can get back in the day when you're realizing that you're having a bad one, because it's hard to shake those moods. It really is. But I know not everybody smokes. I know that's not something everybody wants to do. That's something I do. It's a personal decision. And I know some people use CBD oil. Some people are on antidepressants. Some people do things like meditate. But that's what helps me. Next question, what's your favorite part about reselling? And I think my favorite part about reselling is the community. Posh Fest was amazing. Posh Love is definitely a real thing. I think it's just a great group of amazing, powerful, inspiring women and other people, you know, but mainly women. That just really fucking love Poshmark, really love reselling. I think if you're on YouTube and watching reseller content like this video or some of my other videos and you're not on Instagram, you should really make an Instagram. You don't have to post photos of yourself, you don't have to interact with people, but even just to gain knowledge, I mean, I think it's great if you post photos of yourself and if you contribute something to the community, because you don't want to be a taker, right? But you know, if you need, you know, knowledge, tips, want to meet some folks, Instagram's definitely a great place. You can make an account for free. You can search the hashtag reseller and find lots of people to follow. You can follow me there and go through the people I follow and follow them. It's a great community. It's really helpful. I have a very large group of women that I know I can message any time of day and ask them a question, and they will help me. And I hope a lot of you guys look at me like that, because I always try to DM you guys back and try to help as best as my knowledge, as far as my knowledge goes, but sometimes you guys ask me questions I don't know anything about. I get a lot of international shipping questions on eBay, and I don't do that because I don't care to learn how to do it. But yeah, that's my favorite part. Another drawn out response. Next question is, how do I organize my Poshmark closet? The top of my closet are my newest items, and then we have pretty much just a trickle down of items I've listed. I don't really, you know, organize them. It's just kind of as I list them, and I'll keep nicer or higher priced items more towards the top, and then you have my men's section, and then you have items that I listed during the summer that I need to handle that I'll probably let go for whatever. Send me an offer because I'm tired of looking at them. If you weren't reselling, what do you think you'd be doing career-wise? Sometimes I think I'd still be at Clothes Manor and just like reselling. Oh, well, you said if I wasn't reselling. I guess maybe I'd be working. No, I would not be working at Clothes Manor, because I mean, I still was working at Clothes Manor full-time, and reselling was a hobby. I really didn't even consider reselling as like a part-time job. It was really just a hobby, and I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna quit this job. I know I can support myself off of this money if I have more time to do it, and that's what I did. Because people ask me, like, did I have money saved up or anything like that? No, but I also have a boyfriend who, you know, we share financial responsibilities in this household, so I did have more leeway. But I'd probably be working at Target, yeah, because Target pays much better than I was making at Clothes Manor, and that's like their starting pay. So yeah, I'd probably be working at Target. I have managerial experience, so I'd probably just work at Target and work my way up, and maybe try to work at their headquarters one day. Target is a great company, so I would love to work for them, but not right now. What do you like to do for fun / hobbies? Well, I work Monday through Friday, and that's usually on and off throughout the day. And when I'm not working, I'm usually watching YouTube videos, smoking, watching anime. Me and my boyfriend spend a lot of time together. I spend a lot of time with my best friend. She comes over a lot. But that's pretty much it. I don't really do too much else. I really want to get into writing because I really like writing, but I never like cut out time to write. But we'll see what the new year brings. Who knows? Who knows what 2019 is gonna look like? Next question is favorite item I've ever sold, and it would be a New At Tags Le Fleur dress. I flipped it for like, I made like I think like 9 or 10 times my return on investment in less than 24 hours. And it was plus size and it was a really cute dress. And yeah, that was a really good flip. What is my most favorite item I ever thrifted, and did I keep or resell it? I guess my favorite item I ever thrifted, because that just means bought secondhand, would be my MCM bags. I have an MCM tote, I have a MCM pouchette. Those are both the like cognac brown color, and then I have a black and red MCM backpack. I bought all three of those from Clothes Mentor, and no, I have not sold them. Those are my favorite bags. I did have 3 Brahmins, and I've sold all 3 of those, and I bought all of those from Clothes Mentor. But no, my MCM bags are amazing. I don't see myself selling them. Maybe one day I'll sell the backpack because I want a designer fanny pack, because it just makes more sense. Because for the 4th fucking time, I keep saying because when I leave the house, I'm usually at the thrift store, so it just makes more sense to have something that's hands-free, especially when we get into the warmer months when I'm not wearing like a jacket and I don't want to be lugging a big purse everywhere. But yeah, I mean, I might sell my backpack one day for a designer fanny pack. So if you have a designer fanny pack and want an MCM backpack, hit me up. Next question is, are you happy with what you do right now? And I would say yes, I'm happy with my job right now. I'm happy because even though my sales have been kind of shit lately, I've had 5 $0 days this month, that since I have more than one income stream, that I've still been able to like keep myself afloat. And I mean, I'm happy as long as my bills are paid with my job. People keep asking me about my goals. And of course, I would want to make more money, but as long as I don't have to go work for somebody else and I can pay my bills on time, I'm honestly completely fine. It's great to reach for the stars and to push yourself and have, you know, great big goals, which I do. I would love to be at a place to where I'm bringing in 5 grand a month from reselling. I'm not there yet. I consistently bring in at least 1,800 a month reselling, but yeah, I just want to be able to pay my bills on time and not have to work for anybody else. And as long as I can do that, I will be just fine reselling. Next question is, do you think adding measurements on all listings is important for sales? I definitely do, because there are a lot of people who are not going to take the time to ask you for the measurements, and that is you potentially losing a customer. If you don't put measurements on your listings, you're going to have to answer a lot of questions for measurements. What's the bust? What's the length? What's the sleeve length? Different things like that. And the way I inventory my items, I put them in plastic bags and then I cover the opening with a label. If I don't have my measurements in my listings and I have to keep ripping open bags and wasting them, that's just not smart. So I put all the measurements in my listings. I think it helps, but there are a lot of people who do amazing sales and really don't put shit in their listings. So I don't know. Maybe I'm putting too much in my listings. If money was not a problem, where would you want to live in the world? I think I would want a house in Ohio, where I live now, and want a house in Arizona, and have enough money to like travel in between the states, because Arizona has like really good weather. So yeah, I think that would be where I would want to live, here in Arizona. What is my favorite food and what is my favorite item to resell? My favorite food, if I had to eat one food for the rest of my life, I would probably say Golden Corral's honey butter biscuit roll things. They're rolls, they're not biscuits. Those are amazing. I'd probably eat those for the rest of my life. And my favorite item to resell are dresses, blazers, and skirts, but dresses always take the cake. So the next question is, will you ever do a video on your price drop and offer to likers method? And honestly, you guys ask me this a lot, and I just dropped my phone. I really don't have one. I try not to drop the prices on any items until after the first 2 weeks that they're listed. And I usually send out offer to likers when I need money and when sales are slow. And that's usually about every 2 weeks. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess if anything, I send out offers to likers every 2 weeks, but it's usually just whenever I need extra money. or my sales aren't as good as they were. How do you get Mercari not to take down your listing with a stock photo? I have no idea. I'm not Mercari. They don't take down mine. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know the secret. I'm sorry. If you could travel anywhere for free, where would you go? I would go to probably Bora Bora. I like hot tropical places, beaches. Yeah, why would I go somewhere cold? No thank you, no ma'am. Yeah, I'd probably go to Bora Bora. It just looks so fun. If you had enough money to buy anything, what would it be? I would definitely buy myself a nice new reliable car, a new mattress, I don't know, man. I don't want much right now. I just want my debt. I just want my debt paid down to where I can start saving some money. I noticed that you don't thrift at the bins much. Neither do I, because we don't have one. So since we pay more per item, I'm just curious, what's the smallest profit you're willing to accept? Like a $5 profit, $10? Usually if I make over $10, I'm pretty content. Of course, if I spend $15 on an item, I want to make more than $10 profit. But I typically spend under $5 and I'm typically okay with making a $10 profit. It also depends though on the item. If the item is really cute and I know that somebody will pay more for it, then I will wait out for that higher dollar. You know, because I'm not just gonna accept lowball offers because I'm okay with a $10 profit. But for the most part, yeah, minimum $10. It depends though also on what I paid. How did you finish college so fast? Would you do college the same again? So I went to an early college where I live, and when I was a freshman in high school, we started taking college classes. But yeah, it's like a post-secondary program. You graduate with your associate's degree when you graduate with your high school diploma. So when I got out, I pretty much had all of my gen eds done, and I just had to do like core classes for whatever degree I picked. I picked fashion merchandising. It was either that or journalism, and I'm happy I picked fashion merchandising. It definitely helps me a lot with my job today, and if I hadn't have picked that, I never would have worked at Clothes Menor. I would never be reselling, so I'm definitely happy with that. I would do college the same again. I don't think I'll go back. If I go back to school, it'll probably be law school, and I don't really see that happening just because it sounds stressful, and I'm trying to avoid that right now. Do you ever get scared being a full-time reseller? Is it harder than it looks? And what's the best part about being a reseller? I would say I'm at a point right now where I don't get scared about being a full-time reseller because my sales are pretty consistent to where I can pay my bills and stay afloat on. Like I said, I would love to see growth, but I mean, it's happening. It's just slower. But I don't think I'm scared right now being a full-time reseller. I think when you guys see me doing what I do, it might seem easier than it looks. I don't know if I make it look easy. But I do think it is a lot of work. I do think a lot of people aren't cut out for it that try to do it. And working from home is definitely a challenge. You have to have discipline, you have to have time management, you have to have a schedule, organization, all of that. And some people just don't have that. Some people need to wake up at 8 o'clock, need to go to work at 9, need to get off at 5, and have the rest of their day to them. Some people don't need to be home all day trying to make schedules to work from home. And if you try it and it doesn't work out, you move on to the next thing, but at least you tried it. And I honestly, you know, what's the risk? I mean, that's one thing you obviously have to assess. But if you're a part-time reseller and you get to a point to where you're making the same amount of money that you're making at your full-time job and you can afford to leave, why not? You know, if you love it and you're really into it and you're making good money, because that's usually the biggest thing is financially. You being at home probably doesn't change much. Especially if you have kids, you being home might even be better. I don't have kids, so I can't really speak on that. But what was the last part? What's the best part about being a reseller? I definitely love the community. I love the fact that I wake up and decide what I want to do today. If I want to wake up early, I'll wake up early. If I want to wake up late, I'll wake up late. Many a nights I stay up till 2, 3 in the morning. Sometimes I'll go to bed at 11. if I want to only work 2 hours a day, I'll work 2 hours a day. The freedom is definitely nice, especially because I can do what I want when it comes to events. So if somebody is having a party or something, like for Christmas, I don't have to think about, oh, am I off Christmas Eve? Am I off the day before Christmas? Do I have time to go get gifts? Like, I can make time to do all of those things. So I think that's definitely the best part about it, is having, you know, you can make your own schedule. You're your own boss. Next question is, what are my goals for 2019? Just to be able to keep doing this full time. That's my biggest goal. I would also like to at least towards the end of the year be consistently doing $5 grand a month. Maybe not even just reselling, but in general, whether I'm making more money on YouTube, whether I'm making more money cross-listing or something like that. I would love to be making $5 grand a month. I think that is a great place to be financially, for me at least. How do I weigh my items? Just a regular scale. Is it accurate for lower weight items? Do not use a regular scale because it probably won't pick up majority of the items, but you can buy food scales at most places. I think even like Walgreens, Family Dollar, those different types of places sell food scales, I think. But if anything, you can buy one on Amazon. My scale was $15 on Amazon. It's not my favorite scale. The scale I bought before for $30 that I stepped on and broke was better than my $15 one, but it does the job. It's accurate. I've never had a customer complain on Mercari or eBay about them being charged extra shipping or anything like that. I usually also round up though, 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces, but yeah, I use that scale. When I go to a thrift store, what sections do I look at first? I usually go to dresses, but there are so many resellers in the thrift store I go to on Sundays, and they're always in the dress aisle, so I usually don't go there first. And I'm not gonna say where I go to first anymore. How about that? But yeah, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it was entertaining and that maybe some of my answers provided some answers for you guys. Yeah, that makes sense. Some insight for you guys, and yeah, that's it for me. If you have any questions, any other questions, leave them down below. Any comments, concerns, video suggestions, any of that jazz, you can always leave them down below. You can always DM me on Instagram. That's at SHYLEENSHAWN. You'll definitely reach me the quickest there. I have not been checking my email, so if you email me, sorry girl. I'll try to be better about that. But yeah, that's it for me. I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.